a very cold, snowy Sunday morning. I'll throw a clip in here to show you why we're not flying today. I just got done shoveling the driveway, so my hair is a little wet. But not a lot going on this week. As I said, I spent like almost 2 weeks. I'm wet. Spent like almost 2 weeks fixing the drone, Franken drone. Problem with that is the OSD still flashes, even though I've got it soldered up. But then again, it may be the cause, because when I took it apart yesterday to do an after flight, the antenna seemed to come off pretty easy. So that antenna may not have been hooked up. Coffee in the morning. Gotta have that coffee. Too bad it ain't. Too bad it ain't Irish coffee this morning. But I have to work till later, so no Irish coffee. And I got my vape, so I'm gonna relax. So anyway, strawberry. So anyway, as I said, not a lot of gold this week. I've been flying my little fleet, which consists of the Inductress. It's the Inductress. It's a little bitty 65, I think, millimeter. Maybe less than that. Pretty cool. Brakes. Then you'll see the one I've been flying, and guess what? We have the Sapper, and you will notice that if you look closely here, how come I can't ever do that? It's not round anymore. Neither is that one. Neither is that one. There's a post broken off on one of these. Yeah, it's right here. The one that's really out of shape. But that's just holding on the outer post, and if thing still flies, I have ordered a complete shell for 24 bucks. That way it gives me 4 of them, and I even get the stuff inside. So it'll be better with that. But it still flies. Flies good. Does have some issues with it. The battery, when they made this, there's not really any battery holder. They just held on by a rubber band, and the batteries start to shift. So I'm going to make something today that holds those batteries right there. Don't know what yet, but I got some Instamorph, so should be able to make something to keep those batteries in line, and that'll keep it fly a little bit better. All right, anyway, and everybody knows he's back, and he's looking pretty good. Of course, his side is off here. His side is off, so the rest of him is there. I don't know why that's down there like that. For some reason, we've got a Runcam Eagle Pro 2 in there. We've got the AKK X2 Ultima. Hopefully it works out better. F4 flight board, and of course that 4-in-1 Yashin thing. And it's so loud. It is just so loud. You won't believe how loud it is. I'm gonna have to replace that. Anyway, he will be back. We got to order some parts for him on payday. Specifically, I'm going to get a Typhoon 4-in-1. Typhoon's supposed to be pretty good. So if you guys know anything about Typhoons and tell me, don't get the Typhoon, we'll do that. Okay, so that's that one. Of course, behind me you can see that I'm doing a little ham radio stuff this morning. So far, all the signals are coming out of the United States. So it's snowing. I'm gonna have a little video of that. Okay, so we're going to talk about legality today, just a little bit. And where does this come from? Well, come out of a book like this. Has all the rules and everything you're supposed to do, frequency management. And in here, it gives you a frequency chart of commercial, non-commercial, and ham radio charts. And that's how come everybody is saying that you need a ham radio license to fly these things, and you do. If the FCC catches you doing it, or somebody complains on you, and the FCC comes out and catches you doing it, and you don't have a ham radio license, you're either going to get a warning or a $10,000 fine, depending. Usually it's just a warning, but since you don't have a license and you're flying willingly knowing that you had to have one, then who knows what they're going to do. So be careful with these things. They're not going to bother you inside your house. Well, here what we have here is the ham radio band plan. Don't get weirded out when these people say you need to have a ham radio license. You do. But the secret to this is you only need a technician's license. A technician's license is the easiest thing to get. It takes about a week of studying, and it's not much. I'm going to put a link down here to what my brother and I've used, and it will get you to it. If you study for about a week, and we're talking about maybe an hour a day for a week, you can have your technical rating on your ham radio license. That's also get you into some of the other parts. That way, to be completely legal with everything, and so we can all stay in one group. We're all ham radio operators, which puts you in a legalness alone. We all belong to the AMA. Yeah, just got my real cards today. But I've been an AMA member forever, and we try to fly by the rules. We try to fly by the rules. So anyway, what we're seeing here is this is where we're flying, is down in here. Now, this here, you'll know. I want to point out this right here, right? This is everybody except novices. A long time ago, they had a novice, then advanced. Now they have a novice, general, and extra. I probably get my extra next month. When now it's cold and snowing, I'll get it. It's not going to be that hard. And nobody should go away from this, because we actually had. I read the AAR magazine the other day. A 9-year-old got his extra. I mean, and that's really impressive for a 9-year-old, because there's a lot of theory. But if 9-year-old can get it, we can all get a technical. What a technical does not cover is if you see this stuff in the background that I'm playing with. This, if you get your general, this is what you want to do. A technical will get you, let's see, a radio like this. If I don't tip everything over trying to get it, it'll get you like a radio like this. And this thing is a digital radio. It does what we call a D-Star. I've got another one that also does fusion. And what it is you can actually, clip all that out. Everything falling off the desk over there. So, and do not be afraid of this. This is everything. This is, when you get your extra, you probably will know 90% of this. But this has everything that you need to know. You want to know how these antennas are made? They even got a book like this. If you really want to know, this is the antenna handbook. And it's got everything. And it explains how these antennas and why these guys are full of shit. Why these guys are full of bunk putting these long antennas. These antennas are tuned to your receiver. The better they're tuned, when I make my own antennas, which I do, the whole idea is antenna. The better you tune your antenna, the better reception you're going to get, the better transmit power you're going to get. Anyway, we'll get off of that. And here's your 902. We can go from 902 to 928. This is a cool frequency because it used to be we couldn't get in here. And the reason was back in the 80s, when we just started getting the technology to decode cell phones, some senator his phone got decoded, and he was talking to his girlfriend, and it got out, and Next thing we know, the Senate said, no, we can't have the hardware to decode 902. But that's the kind of cool story about it. Check it out. Anyway, I'll stop that recording. So basically what all this was this morning is being legal. Okay? So the things you should need to be legal with is, one, you have to have FCC registration. Okay, $5 or $15 for 3 years for any airplane you want, unless you're doing it commercial. Then you need that Part 107, which is commercial. I don't do commercial. I don't even worry about it. And no, I'm not taking an aviation test that has absolutely nothing to do with what you're actually doing flying on the ground. These guys are acting like you're going to fly these things miles, which you're not supposed to be as an amateur. As a professional, yeah, maybe I can see that. Okay, and then your ham license, and then being all legal. You're cool. That way, because of the laws that just passed, they can walk up to you and check your bird, see if it's marked with your AMA license or FCC license. They can check you to see if you have a ham radio license and an AMA card. Because now to legally fly as an amateur, you have to belong to a organization. It's in the rule. It's in there. It's an organization, and the only organization out there is AMA. Supporting this, okay? It's worth this. If you're going to do this, you're spending all this money. $75 a year is not going to kill you for your license. $15 is not going to kill you to put your get your FCC license. And I think getting your ham radio license probably about $35 total if you buy the software to study with, which you should. And then I think it's either $5 or $15 to take the test. And you're legal. But anyway, enough of ranting. We'll get out of here. We'll get to something else. What we're going to do here, I'm going to show you what we were flying 2 days ago and how nice it was. Hope you enjoy it.